Hey everyone, and welcome to a Monday episode of Process Server and Messenger. It's a Monday update episode. Not much going on. It's the week before Thanksgiving, which is a very slow week for a lot of industries, I assume, and a lot of people. But for process servers, messengers, attorney service, things really slow down. In my experience, it gets really, really slow around this time. I've managed to stay somewhat busy, but yeah, not a whole lot of updates going on. People are enjoying themselves and going on vacation, and they're already probably out of town and all that. So it's a nice Thanksgiving week, always a nice time of year. And but before we get started with the Monday updates episode, I just wanted to, like always, remind everybody to like, rate, review, subscribe this podcast. Wherever you're and however you're listening, if you're on Apple Podcasts or pretty much everywhere you can get podcasts, I'm on there. Or if you're on the YouTube, or if you're, I don't know where else I put this. Pretty much everywhere. So like, rate, review, subscribe. It all goes a long way. It all helps a lot. I have a X account. I have an Instagram account. I have a Patreon. I have a TikTok. I have a Threads. I have YouTube Shorts. I have been posting a lot on there lately, a lot more than I used to. I used to think it was okay to post every once in a while, but I've been trying to post daily. And so I've got a lot of great content out there. So go ahead and check it out and like it and follow and just check it all out. All of your support goes a long way. The best way would be to join the Patreon, become a member over there at patreon.com/process server and messenger. And I already have a photo journal up there. I call it Photos from the Field. It's a little photo journal of some of the best shots I take while I'm out there serving people. And I write little blurbs about the photos, and it's a short little journal, 5 or 6 pages, but I'm growing it. It's fun. It's creative. Amateur photographer, amateur blogger, whatever. But a lot of good content. I enjoy it. I think it's great. I think you should check it out. I put that out once a month, and I'm going to start having to get that on a tighter schedule, because I noticed that as I put things out more regularly on a scheduled day, you get a better response. But that I've just been kind of putting out once a month, whenever. This month I'm going to put up in the next couple days, and then on to December. I haven't put a podcast up there yet, but I'm going to put some stuff on Patreon that's exclusive to Patreon. There's all my videos I put up there that you have to be a member. Videos of me driving around LA, videos that I take on my GoPro, videos of me biking. I just put as many videos as I can up there. Just keep it interesting, see what LA looks like and the places I go. And it's one of the reasons I became a process server, so I can kind of get out there and see, get out on the street, get out of the office, get behind the desk, and just see the world and try all the different foods that they got out there. But anyways, with that, let's go ahead and start the episode. And here we go. Yeah. Happy Monday. Whoa. Excuse me. Starting off with a bang here. Excuse me. All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Process Server and Messenger. My name is Nick. I'm the host of the show. California registered process server, sometimes messenger, sometimes guy who rides a bike, small business owner, and podcaster. And today we're talking about Monday updates on a holiday adjacent week. We got Thanksgiving coming up. Oh, sorry guys, I can't help myself but fidget with this microphone. It just looks so good, and I like for it to be on camera. And sometimes I think I gotta mess with my little stand here, because I like for it to be right there on camera. I think of it as like its own character on the podcast. It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's like one of the featured things here. I love this mic, and I like to show it off. But yeah, it's a Monday update episode, and not much going on a Monday before Thanksgiving. It's been like this for years, as far as I can remember, working in attorney services. A lot of people are out of town. A lot of people already started their vacation. A lot of people putting things off already until January. So from now until some point in January, maybe like right around Martin Luther King Jr. Day, things kind of slow down. There's not so much filings, courtesy copies, not so much deliveries, not so much work coming in. But I'm sure it's like that for a lot of industries at this time. Things kind of either pick up or slow down depending on what you're doing. But yeah, so in terms of Monday updates, I looked on the California Court Newsroom site. It's all the same stories as last week, so I didn't want to get too much into that. It's really, they haven't done a whole lot, and nothing on them. It's not a judgment on them. I'm just saying it's this time of year, things really slowed down. And so one of the things I wanted to revisit was I had said something. Man, sorry guys, sorry. I'm not the professional podcaster that I'm striving to be, but we'll get there. But one of the things I wanted to talk about was something I had posted. It might have even been the last podcast I did, or maybe the one before that. It was like a week ago, talked about cycling in the bike lane, and I was ready to kind of let that end, but it's like my most popular thing on any of my platforms now is that video of I was riding around in the Marvin Broad beach bike path in Venice and Santa Monica, and I had filmed on my GoPro mounted to my bike, this one right here, this guy right here, riding this bike, and I had said something like, these joggers on the bike path are crazy, it bothers me, I don't like that they're on the bike path. Bike path is for bikes. And the internet, according to the internet, I was wrong about that, which I'm willing to accept the internet's consensus. But I didn't think I should let the topic go to waste. I didn't want the topic to go to waste because it had just generated so much interest and content for me. I'm dipping back into the controversy well. I'm going back. I need the clicks and I need the views. It still is crazy to me. I want to be clear. I don't like it and it bothers me, but that's just like me speaking emotionally, and that's just telling you how I feel. I'm not telling you what to do or don't do. I'm not saying what's right or wrong. I'm not saying what the law is or what the code is. I'm just saying that a guy on a bicycle riding on a bike path, I would love, to look around and see other bikes. That's all I'm saying. Apparently this is wrong. If you go say this on the internet, you're wrong. Some guy said I had a bike, don't bring car mentality to the bike lane or to the bikes or whatever. And then I was like, I don't even know what that means, but I was so offended by it. It was a good one. That guy got me. That guy burned me in the comments. But yeah, I wanted to kind of dip back into that. So I did have more video of me riding a bike that I'm going to try to share on the screen in post production, but I'm watching it over here, and I'm in the same area. I'm in Santa Monica, down Main Street, riding my bike. I think I was trying to serve somebody. I can't remember in this video if I was on my way to serve someone or not, if I was just taking a bike ride. But it's just, maybe I just don't like joggers. Maybe I don't like jogging. Maybe the idea of exercise and jogging is like offensive to me. And so maybe I'm like lashing out at joggers when I see them because it reminds me of how out of shape I am. I don't know, but I was rolling down Main Street in this video, and you always get the joggers in the street. So I'm going back. We're doubling down on the bike take, and we're doubling down on the feud with jogging and walking in the bike path. Not because I actually believe it or that I like want to stand by that, but just because it was so successful as a as a clip. I have social media, and you do clips, and I need to make some sort of clip like that again, where I'm talking smack on these joggers in the bike lane. But to be clear, it bothers me. But I'm not telling you to stop. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I learned that from the comments. People definitely told me how wrong I was, and I'm willing to accept it. Okay. I'm willing to take the loss on that. I'll learn a thing or two. I'm capable of learning and growing. But yeah, it took me a whole day. It took me a couple days to kind of adjust. But apparently there are no bike paths, and anytime somebody decides that it's not a bike path anymore, then it just becomes everything else. There are no bike paths. There are no rules. They're just suggestions. And that's what I truly believe now, because I learned from everyone in the comments that you just jog anywhere you want, and this is fine, and this is a good thing. Like this guy, he's jaywalking, whatever. Just pedestrians do whatever you want. Pedestrians just are a super class of do whatever you want. You write the rules. Okay? The only thing more powerful in this country than the president is a pedestrian. Okay? I didn't know that. and just to remind everybody, this is like an emotion of how I feel. It's not like I'm not projecting that onto you. I'm not telling you what to do or whether or not it's actually right or wrong. I'm wrong all the time. That's fine. Just how I feel. I'm just solely doubling down for so I can make this into a TikTok clip or something. Because by far that one like 10 times any of the other ones. People had so many takes on that. It's one of those things on the internet where you say something wrong and you're more likely to get engagement than if you had said something right. If you say something right that people agree with, they might not comment on it. But if you say something wrong, you're gonna get huge engagement. So that's what we're doing here. We're doubling down on that. I was glad that I got this video. There's a lot of people that bike in Santa Monica. There's a lot of bikers. So I passed a cycling crew. They had a Lemert Park shirt on. I didn't look up what that was. I'm sure it's a cycling club or some sort of thing. I'll look it up later, but I thought that was cool. A group of people riding. I used to cycle a lot more when I had more free time, and that was always fun. I always encouraged that. That was always a lot of fun. I recommend everybody wear the suit, the full kit, I don't even know what they call it, but when you see the cyclists like dressed in the full body suit and all geared out, I fully recommend that 100%. It's a little bit, the first time you wear that in public, you feel like crazy. At least for me, I wear jeans and a sweatshirt, so the first time I wore the full suit, the full kit, the bib and the jersey, and the clip-on shoes, I felt like I was wearing a costume, and I was like, in public, I was like nervous at how people were looking at me. But you quickly become, not only it's whatever, it's just workout gear, you get comfortable in it, but more importantly, while you're cycling and you're wearing that stuff, huge difference. It's so nice. It makes the ride a million times better, more comfortable. You feel great. It's the proper gear. You should be wearing that. Highly recommend anybody who doesn't feel comfortable wearing that. I'm trying to get you past your whatever your hang up is. Those things, you put it on, you get on your bike, you go 100 miles, and you feel great. There's a reason people wear that gear. So I was out this weekend, and if you're in Santa Monica cycling, you're going to see everybody geared out. There's hundreds of people cycling, thousands. I don't really know how many people, and they all have nice bikes and gear, and I love that. Yeah, I love that. That's so much fun. So go ahead and buy the kit, buy the jersey, buy all the gear. It improves your ride. It makes it so much more comfortable, more fun. You're going faster. It's great. So yeah, I didn't mean to offend anyone earlier in that take. I get the sentiment of like, there's a lot of cars and we need more space for pedestrians and pedestrian safety and cyclists. I feel like a lot of the time people don't like cyclists. Cars don't like cyclists. Pedestrians don't like cyclists. And there seems to be like a push and pull between these three groups of people. And I just want to be on the right side of that. I'm on the side of the people. So pedestrians and safety, 100%. You can see in all my cycling videos, I'm not one of these urban New York cycling, extreme urban cycling, Chicago downtown. These people who do these crazy videos, running red lights, going full. They're on track bikes. They're cutting through traffic. They're going every wrong way. Now, while it is cool and it looks cool and it's like looks like a lot of fun, and maybe when I was younger, maybe I didn't ride my bicycle like in the most safe manner. So like I don't want to be a hypocrite. Those videos are cool, but all I'm saying is you watch my videos and I stop at all the red lights. I stop at the stop sign. I'm such a conservative rider. So I'm all for pedestrian safety. Don't tell me I have a car mindset. That was offensive, and I don't even know why. It was such a good comment. It got more likes on that comment than on my post. But anyways, we're dipping back into the well. We're going to make that a consistent theme of the podcast now is cycling in public and pedestrian and bike paths and all that. That's look, I'm building and growing the podcast. This is a podcast about process server, small business owner, bicycle, messenger, court messenger. We're casting a wide net here. So I'm trying to do, as a small business owner, I'm trying to build my brand. I'm trying to create the brand presence online. I'm trying to, I want listeners. I want marketing. I want brand ID. I want people to know what I am and what I'm doing. And I'm not used to putting out content, and I'm not used to growing those audiences. So I'm kind of trying to go where my interests align, where my topics that I'm covering in my business and my brand kind of where it's getting a response. And in one place where it gets a big response is cycling and pedestrians and public safety and stuff like that. So I'm on everyone's side. Okay, I don't mean to be harsh. I'm trying new takes on here. I'm trying to because I make clips of this podcast and I put it out there, and I'm trying to make a good clip. Okay. I'm trying to say something that can get clipped up real good and go onto the cycling versus pedestrian algorithm. And, then people who have usernames like kill the cars, they can make a comment about how, I'm wrong or whatever. But, and the theory of the internet is that you want to engage in these type of arguments. It just works. Okay, I'm trying to make it work. I'm a small businessman here. We're trying to make it work. But yeah, I'm on the side of pedestrians. I love pedestrians. Frequently, I am a pedestrian, so I'm with you. And I'm a very safe bike rider. You watch the video; it's all there. I got all the evidence. All right. All right. We're going on to the next segment. I think I got all that's worth out of that one. But I am filming more bike stuff, so that will be coming. I am filming a lot more content of me riding my bike around, and I've gotten a lot better at using my GoPro and using this equipment, which it's all new to me. I bought it a long time ago, but using it is new to me. So I'll post a lot more of that biking video, and I've been filming a lot more. Earlier today, I went to serve somebody, on like Sawtell between Olympic and Santa Monica. So there's a lot of food places, sushi places, boba places. There's restaurants. There's Japanese restaurants. There's more than that though. There's a couple. I got a hamburger there from there that was pretty good. And it was up the street. I forgot what the name of the place was. But I rode my bike and served someone in that neighborhood earlier today, so I had a nice little bike ride, and I filmed all of it. So, we're just gonna be trying a lot more bike content. I think that's working, and that's a nice place of the podcast where interests align. I have been following some of the UCI cycling accounts, and we'll stay tuned with that. I was doing more of that earlier this year, and we'll get back into that. Not much news going on there. I don't think there's a whole lot of races that I'm interested in at the moment, but we'll get more into that when it comes up. There'll be Olympics next year. There's a lot going on, so I'm sure we'll have more to report on that in the future. But okay, wanted to move on to the next topic, which was Thanksgiving. That's coming up. It's I'm filming this and posting this on the 24th, so a couple days, 3 more days. And I'm still watching this video to the side of the cycling video that I made. Posting and making this content it's a lot of work, guys. But I was cycling through Abbot Kinney, so I'm kind of watching that at the side of my eye. It's real beautiful. It was a beautiful day. It just rained, but it was a clear day. Anyways, Thanksgiving. It's in a couple of days. Coming on up. Usually a slow time of year. Usually business kind of winds down. People are out of town. People put stuff on the calendar for January and just kind of go on vacation. This is the vacation time of year. And it's been like that since I've been doing this. So for, let's call it 15 years, probably rounding up a little, but so what? It's been like that, where just right around this time of year, there's less work, clients respond a little slower, and people are just out of town. So that's just kind of, I guess, an industry-wide thing. If you're a process server or a messenger, if you work in attorney services, or if you work at a law firm and you think I'm wrong, go ahead and let me know. But I feel like it's just like that for a lot of industries. Unless you're working for Amazon, you're probably slowing a little bit down right now. So it's nice. It's been nice for me because I've been able to spend more time on my website, spend more time making this content and marketing and building up the brand and building up the business, responding to emails. It's given me a lot of time to kind of get caught up. So that's a pro. I'm still serving CT Corp almost daily. So, if you're out there and you have a need to serve CT Corp, that's really like my specialty. While we're talking about it, let's, I still have this scene lined up. That's my website right there. I didn't have much success last week, but nope. I'm trying to scroll the page, but I can't get it to work real well. Anyways, this is basically the page. And so this is like the heart of my business, is serving CT Corp, serving registered agents for Service of Process. LegalZoom, they're in Glendale on Brand Boulevard. LegalZoom and CT Corp, they represent some of the largest corporations, and that's a lot of my focus on my business is capturing this work, because there's a ton of it, and it's really a staple of what I do. I go there mostly daily, and I've been trying to build that. That's like really, in terms of the business development, that's the side of the business that I'm like really trying to grow. If I could take all the serves going to CT Corp on any given day and keep the volume high and keep the costs low for everybody, I'm basically the best. I'm the best out there for serving CT Corp. Number one process server. I'm claiming it. I don't know who else out there would want to argue with me. Probably a couple people, but for brand ID and marketing purposes, that's what I do. ServeCT.net is my website, and I'm just trying to find ways to reach out to the type of client that handles large volume to serving CT Corp. I have one client. I don't want to mention anybody by name because I don't know. They're not paying for the advertisement. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if they want me talking about them on their podcast, but I do have a couple clients, and one of them is they serve credit bureaus, so people who do credit scores, and so they're serving companies that do the credit ratings who have registered agent at CT Corp in Glendale. So like Experian is one of them. Other companies that have registered agents there are like Lyft or Uber or Target. These are like large businesses that use CT Corp or LegalZoom as their registered agent, and they're all there in Glendale, and I do it for a low fee, and I'm basically the best in the world at it. So I've been working on that a lot. That's the less creative side of this brand right now. Right now, the more creative side is the videos and the podcasting, which has been surprisingly fun, and surprisingly a lot of work. It's not easy. Sometimes, I feel like influencers in the past, you see them and you feel like, how does someone become famous or successful, or like, what value do they add, or why this person? And one thing I'm learning is that it's an incredible amount of work. That's why. Anybody who made it through that, I'm assuming, if you're an online influencer, marketer, if you have a huge account or a huge following, and you ever wonder why some of these people are famous or big, it's probably a work ethic thing, because it's not easy to post a lot of these videos. It's not easy to take the time to do this. I'm learning that the hard way as I grow. But what's been even harder for me is the other sides of the business. Those are a lot harder. The only thing that's the easy part is serving people. Actually knocking on the door and serving someone. That's actually the easy part. I tried to serve someone last night, and she had a note on the door for me. She had a picture of me from her ring cam. And when I went last night, I was wearing the same thing that I went. The picture she had of me on the ring cam was the same picture of what I was wearing, the same thing as was in the picture. But not a great feeling. Go to knock on the door, and there's like a picture of you. It was from the ring cam. She taped it to the door. She taped a note, and she said, "Leave the documents at the door." So I did. I haven't made a proof of service. I don't know what I'm going to put on there. I don't feel like that was valid service, but I also don't want to bother this person at their home too much. I'm going to figure out how to handle that one. I'm going to notify my client and see what they want to do. But yeah, I went to knock on the door, and she had a picture of me taped to the door. Like, she had printed out on her computer from the ring cam. She has some sort of ring cam doorbell, so that takes a video of me. and she'd printed it out and then put a note, just told me to leave my stuff by the door. So I did. We'll see how it goes. But that brings me back to my Ring Cam idea. No one's hit me up on that yet, which I actually think that is a great idea. I think there's a better Ring Cam out there. I've rung on a lot of Ring Cam doorbells, and I'm not just talking about the Ring, that brand. I'm saying that's like the most recognizable term I have for those electronic doorbells, and there's plenty of people who provide that, who make that, not just Ring. Is there another one called Echo? Is there another one called, I don't even know what they're called, but there's a ton of them out there. Google makes one. And I really think that is not fully a cooked idea, there's another level to this. There's another place we can go with this Ring Cam. And I have the vision for it, but I don't have anything else. So I'm still, that's my one investment pitch. My one, if there's any VC people out there, angel investors, there's a better Ring Cam out there. I've used plenty of them, and I know exactly how you can improve that. You don't need the doorbell. You don't need to press anything. I know I went over this in a podcast before, but it comes up so much. I ring those bells all the time, and it's just such an underdeveloped product. It's almost there. We're almost there. I need like a Shark Tank. I need to get on Shark Tank. Yeah. Or Shark Tank, just hit me up. This could be my Shark Tank moment. You can check out the podcast and then reach out to me, because I have a great concept of how to improve these Ring cameras, which I run into all the time. It's the same problems over and over. But so this lady had one. She posted a picture of me, told me to leave the documents, and I did. So that was the first time that ever happened to me. I don't get it. Just answer the door. I'm biased toward the process server, but just answer the door. Whatever, we'll see. I'll have to get back to my client and let them know, and then see what they want to do with that. Thanksgiving coming up. I did want to end on a short thing. Maybe I've talked about this before, but there was this is my process server Thanksgiving story, where I tried to serve somebody. I did serve them personally with the restraining order on Thanksgiving morning. And I'm not getting the details of this right. I know what happened, but what exactly the paperwork or what they were saying on there, I'm going based off memory, but that might not be 100% right. But I want to say that the restraining order was for, they didn't want this guy coming to dinner on Thanksgiving. They knew he was going to crash it. He probably had been disinvited, or it was a family thing. Okay, a lot of times this is. It's family disputes, and yeah, they didn't want him at dinner. They didn't want him at Thanksgiving dinner. So I went to serve him on Thanksgiving morning, and I got back to my car, and he was wearing robe. When he gets to the door, he was wearing a robe, and it was open, and I think he had shorts on. He had just woken up. It was the morning. It was really a frantic thing for my client. They had emailed me in the morning. They wanted it done. They were on my cell phone. They were on my emails. They had very specific instructions on the timing of it. It was very, very sensitive to my client. And so I went there, I want to say around 7 a.m, maybe even before 7 a.m. And the guy answered in a robe and shorts. The robe was open. He was just wearing shorts. And I served him, and then I went to my car, and then he chased me to my car, and he was wearing sandals, and he had the robe open and flying like a cape behind him, and he was wearing his shorts, and I was already at my car. I already had started, and I was going. And a lot of times, in my experience, not that this happens a lot, but if somebody's chasing you after you serve them, they're not going to do anything. They're just going to maybe yell at you. So, the intimidation factor for me is zero. A lot of times they just want to give you a piece of their mind. They just want to yell at you or whatever. Most people are nice. You serve most people, they're fine. They're nice. But this was one of those rare emergency restraining order Thanksgiving type of situation. So he was not nice or happy. I was already at my car by the time he wasn't wearing his sandals when he answered the door. So when I went back to my car, I think he had to go back and put on his slippers so that he can run outside. He was not happy, but my client was happy, and they probably had a nice dinner. There's probably a reason they didn't want him there. Okay. He didn't seem nice to me. He didn't seem like a fun hang. He was chasing me down. That didn't seem nice. I don't want him at my Thanksgiving dinner. So, somebody was happy and that guy was not happy. But it was a happy Thanksgiving for the people who had a nice dinner and didn't have to have this guy involved. So, that's a happy holiday story, right? All right, everybody. Hopefully this cycling stuff goes viral because last time it was my biggest hit. And I tried to get back into it. I tried to get it back into it and bring it back up and see if I can make another hit out of this. I think the algorithm is telling me more cycling versus pedestrian controversy. And that's what the internet wants. So we got to make this work. And we'll be back Friday. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll be back Friday. And maybe we'll update you. Maybe I'll have some Thanksgiving stories. Maybe I'll have a new Thanksgiving story. Maybe I'll have a interesting meal. We're going to Ruts, I think. I think we're doing a Ruts Thanksgiving. So we'll do a small business shout out. We'll do a thing on Friday to support a local small business. And until then, you guys have a good rest of your week. Happy Thanksgiving. A lot of football. Hopefully your team wins. A lot of basketball. Hopefully your basketball team wins. Lakers are doing good. All right. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.